Hey, we got time for some news here. Jack,
There we
got
go.
some news.
That should work now.
I won't tell you about that.
Yeah, we'll do the definition right after this.
No sweat. No problem.
Fresh context here. So, just to put yesterday into perspective, we had the
reset.
combined TLT plus SPY jump on a single day in over a year.
Really? Say that one more time.
Yes,
Okay, there. Thank you. Here it is.
So this is when people talk about the everything rally. All right,
Yeah.
both bonds, long-term bonds. So TLT is the iShares 20-plus year bond ETF. The SPY is the S&P 500 ETF, and this was the biggest combined day they've had in a year. And
Close your eyes and buy.
Close your eyes and
Everything bagel.
Next up, 10-year yields also dropped below 4.5%.
Fixed it.
This year, must have made a lot of progress. Around 830.
Yeah.
And lastly,
Wow.
argument in the chat. I saw this the other day. The idea markets always go up versus the market has always gone up. So the mainstream
Ready. Retesting the area where I shorted before. Try again.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
What's the issue? I completely agree.
Well, right now,
The 401k money has to go somewhere.
right now today, Top Step payday, 15th of November, like myself included, you know, all that kind of stuff, percentage of, or whatever, I don't know if it's percentage or something like that. Yeah, it is a percentage of your payroll goes into the stock market.
Where's your natural bid?
That's just first and 15th.
Huh.
First and 15th.
Get long.
Yeah, you get long, exactly. It's like when the Nikes come out, and you're not even a trader yet. They're like, oh, the Nikes are coming out next week. I gotta buy Nike. Like, nah, dude, that's already passed.
Alright, we're back into this zone. I am trading onto this eval account here. We'll see what I can do with it. This one drew down some because I was messing with it the other day. I am going to look for a long at some point here. We cleaned up the bottom end of the range. We're retesting the opening range.
If you want to learn more about it,
Kind of want to see what happens with that.
Dalton's book, The Markets and Profile.
We are here too
He
with
talks
this.
about the creation of ERISA, which ERISA
So
is like
possibly could break out above
Retirement Income
these levels.
Security Act, passed in
Right there.
1974.
VWAP.
1974. It's kind of hard to see.
I think I glazed over that part a little bit.
No pictures.
Oh, there's a big.
Oh, there it is. This right there. Right there.
Yeah.
That's when ERISA passed.
Hold it still. Hold on. Yep. Oh, wow.
That market since up to
When the book was...
like 90 till 90.
Alright, way better.
So
Now we can try and make some trades here.
That has been driving.
I'm going to take a long above this level here.
At
So
what
I
point
stop
do we all
below
say,
VWAP.
like, when we're all like, the
And I'm going
market
to try and
will for
let
sure
it
go up? Remember when we think it for sure?
run a bit.
It always like that's when
I think it cleaned up the overnight inventory. I think there's just,
gonna keep going up. Why not?
I've been fighting the shorts, fighting the longs this whole time. So let's see if I can grab a couple points out of this and take a contract off above
All right,
here.
kids, 5 minutes? Yes, 5 minutes until our EIA. If you're in crew,
I'll take one off if it breaks above the value,
double check it, triple check it.
and then I'll hold the rest.
We are, let me see here. EIA, actually,
So far, it's a good
it's
entry.
been a 2-week,
That's right.
I like being able to have more than one contract on to shed as I go instead of having to trail as much, but can't do that on the other accounts at the moment because they're just drawn down too much.
Hey, I want to go
Just
back really quick.
take what I can get.
To the question on those influencers.
I'm gonna try and let this one play out a little.
Banter. Who would you guys
Get to the
like
top end
see?
of this range,
Like War on the Shore.
clean up that, maybe see if it wicks off the top. That'll
Who
take
would
out
you?
that.
You say Will first.
Nutty.
We know you're nutty. I know. We're gonna hit
That
up
limit order
the
at the top there, that first take profit, if you call it.
Throw 'em some cash to put the fight
then see if we can get this to go running back up to the upside.
TBN versus MP. He was on yesterday. Okay, well,
Friends.
nah, but I'm friends with you. I talk shit to you all the time.
Yeah, we were fighting that a couple weeks ago.
I know. Yesterday we had a good conversation too. We weren't fighting. We were learning.
Yesterday was
PW versus ICT. Okay, guys. Who's ever watching chat right now?
Come
I
on.
know all these.
It should get up. If it's in this range now, it should at least clean up to the top side.
You guys remember
All of
that?
it.
War on the ship.
Do you remember? I don't even know why it makes no sense
Kind
in
of
the trading world, but
ruined my trade before that I ran my stop up too
They both
soon.
got a trade, and they
So.
both got a trade to their strategy. And if you like Andre, if you it was you and I, maybe it's
I'd like to see this tick that
You just got long. You're like getting long in the 80s, huh?
964.75 for my first piece. ES already is ripping up to the upside above those highs, so this should follow. It seems like the S&Ps have been kind of leading a bit.
ICT versus Hogue, huh? Hogue, you're in the ring now.
We'll see what goes on there.
All right,
That was too nice.
Maybe, right?
That's a volume area node that's kind of sitting on at 960. It seems that once buyers kind of jump in lately, it's been just, there's no looking back. So I'm thinking that the buyers kind of really got what they wanted down here, down to that 918 value area. That
Just like Vienna, if we reject
914 from yesterday, pretty much 914, 918, that was the level that it needed to come back to, use as support, get some more orders, and then run up. But see if I can get anything off of this. It came within a couple ticks. Maybe I should have front run it instead of look for the wick out of it, but we'll see.
200 SMA and that NASDAQ and S&P.
I'm gonna hold it, just pull back, see what happens.
Opposite direction. Tag them and move in there. And same thing with crude. Crude, we had that 50 SMA, and now it seems like we got some buyers back in play.
I don't know what's going on with my delta because it's gone. Oh, we do have another EMA. Get rid of that.
Pretty heavy short down there, Andre. Andre.
Yeah, that was before the number though. That was before the 9 o'clock number.
Yeah, but then look at it now.
That's small, yeah.
Well, I'm not saying you should have held it into the number, but it was right here. What's this right here?
30 minutes trying to get back above that little trend line that it broke.
See who is on our list for Hot Street.
Buy every frickin' pullback.
We're gonna be
Here it is. Here's
back
right
down.
here, the old high. That's what this line
This
is.
is
Put old highs in here because we're coming up to
more of a
no
learning
end.
experience here.
Every
We're
day.
trying our best
No
to
man's
hold
meant to be
through
zero
some of these
to
things, some of these
you reach
pullbacks,
every day, you-
but today's the
you
day
go
that
into
it's
a
gonna
certain
fail and
direction,
roll
you
over on me
so you gotta
because
keep going
why
back
not? Why would
your
it?
chart to find out highs and lows.
Alrighty, so I got stopped on that
Right
one.
here was
I
very
am
short tilt.
on fire with these stops.
John, you mentioned it before. Yesterday,
Come within a tick,
it was really heavy short.
and then I get stopped out. So
And some people
there's that.
was big. So that's what I'm saying. This is tilt was really short, and this was that play. Really, I mean, you would have had to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35 minutes, but that's not a bad trade. The average winning trade is
Let's see
26
what else we can
minutes,
look for.
according to Mick when he comes on with his, successful trader stats. So just think about that, guys.
Right,
Okay, so
here inventories.
Are we gonna hold this and roll over now? Is this the actual rollover, or is this the stop out some people and that's that? So
Oh, TBN.
that's what I'm looking at.
First PC.
Delta's kind of getting heavier.
Longs are starting to grow a little bit in equities here.
Longs are starting to grow in equities. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Anticipation.
Tilt is at 65% long.
PW versus MP.
Dude, this
I don't really want
is
to talk
pretty
trash.
sick. Yeah, it is, Tanner.
I mean, the show's putting somebody head to head is about talking smack. I don't want to talk smack to these guys.
And here we go.
Alright,
Here.
here we
Are
go.
we gonna go up?
Break coming in. Not showing anything yet here. There it is. 3.6 million.
Big one.
For the boost.
Crude. Yeah, a little head fake there with crude. Hope you didn't get caught trying to sell that off.
Sold. Right?
So expectation 1.793 and the actual
a reasonable stop. It could have probably been a little bit lower, but
Yeah, that's so much.
We did have the
What are you
gasoline
gonna do?
inventories also a little.
you can only risk what you can risk, and what you see on the charts. A lot of times, if I use VWAP as a stop, it holds.
And the distillate stock.
I've been on a solid losing streak of late, so I'm gonna keep that up. Seems today.
We need speakers today, Eddie? Anything to look forward to?
Yeah, we got Barkin. We
Oh,
got,
There's
Eddie Haskell's
wicking the bottom
Eddie
again.
Haskell pound. Yeah, for the British pound. But FOMC Barkin, I think that might be it. But we do in about 30 minutes do have in an hour, Atlanta Fed.
So the S&Ps did go wick off the top of
Minor number, but
45.33. Like I said, they've sort of been, not that they've been leading. There's been slight divergence between the Nasdaq and the S&P because the S&P's pushed up a lot higher than the Nasdaq ended up pushing here. Because my thought entry on here was that I was going to get in long. I mean, I was up pretty decent on it, and that the Nasdaq, the S&Ps were pushing above their side of that same level, and I was thinking that the Nasdaq was going to kind of follow through and catch up, but
they're all great marketing agencies.
not to the case. We got a wick off there,
I can be like that. I can be
and the
like
rollover continues.
Macho Man in there.
Very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is not entitled.
There you go.
Got to one tick on that.
The
That's
ghost
crazy.
of Randy Savage. The Macho Man. Macho Man.
Deanna, you see this little pop took us right back to this trend line.
Took us right in there.
Oh, yeah.
Three points of contact here.
Yeah.
So we're in the new 30-minute candle now. Obviously, 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
The way it looks on this, let's do it on here. 30 minutes.
Combines in here. That's awesome.
Alrighty. So you have
Thank you to all the people who served with the veterans on Veterans Day.
inside 30 there, huh?
Giveaway.
Which is weird because that's not the same chart.
Yeah. Was it successful?
I do not know what's
It
going on
sounds
here.
like it. We
Let's
got
see.
one trader.
How do I have two
MK
different
here.
charts?
350K accounts.
Need
They
that.
did it through a promo. Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Very
fast.
promo. Awesome. That's awesome.
Refresh. Reload history. There we go. Much better. I was going to say that chart is wrong. So what we have
Wow, look at this. It's fiddling in the middle right now. S&P, right, Johnny?
Is it yep.
is
Andy passed his second combine.
This
yesterday
here.
in 4 days. Way to go.
we were looking at this morning. I got a wick up above it. Oop, not that
This is
one.
going off the rails.
Yeah.
We wicked off and then we held below. Now we're pushing this 30-minute down below that. We'll see. It is technically an inside 30. So if you do break the bottom of this, then you could probably look to clean up the bottom into that 870. That 903 level is still pretty important. I want that to be my kind of decision-making point as well. I like that 903 level.
Stay disciplined.
Chart's a little bit messy
Fiddling in the middle.
because I don't really like to use the 30 on this one.
Andre,
So we gotta see if it holds
earlier on the-
holds below or not.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Oh,
Deanna all day long. And I just call it out, Tori, I like to chill. Both like,
I like Tory, yeah.
Yeah, I like-
Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a fight, I think. It would just be analyzing the market.
We'll see if it
Yeah.
holds.
you get in the markets quite a bit, so. But,
I have been
Andre, what I'm asking to tell you is because we were both looking at tilt way back there. That's where I
being a
got-
little tight with things.
You
Kind
know,
of
some
really
go heavy-
ruins the way I trade. I think
It took me for too long. You gotta know when to time everything in line.
I'm pretty good at
But, got into
establishing my levels and getting myself to a good thesis for the day and whatnot. But I guess as soon as I start hitting into a drawdown, I start to tighten up my stops, start to look for some perfect entries that I don't necessarily need, and that's what continues the drawdown. So at least we're gonna work on doing things to
More profitable traders.
get back to where I'm more comfortable and where I'm able to make better trades.
The only thing with competition and beginners, it sort of breeds some bad trading habits there.
1,000%. If you've been trading for a while, I would say yes.
Are we gonna hold this downtrend?
Pros and Joes.
You'll do things you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll think you're great at trading. What do they say that, John, in the trading pits? I've always heard, or anybody here, if you've always heard, the worst thing to do is true traders that make money
Make
out of
money
the
right
gate.
away.
Make money out of the gate. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What's my trading view?
Yeah.
You think
We're
you
at
got to-
932.
Yep. And then it takes a while to beat that. It takes a while to beat that out of your head because the markets will beat it out of your head.
I
Yeah,
remember.
you have a lot of NQ traders who are like, yeah, I'm smashing it, but you know, NQ is so
926.
liquid.
Yeah.
Like any trade location you pick, it's gonna go like 20, 30 handles your way. So it can seduce people into thinking they're really good traders.
Oh,
And
yeah.
actually, Hope, you were the one who taught me this back in the day. Take away the momentum and then see.
I think I'm
how
gonna
you
try
are as a
one
trader.
more
And
short
poor
off of
trade
this level
location
here.
can be forgiven by a mad momentum. But when
We
there's
got a
no
little bit of
momentum,
delta divergence here, but I think
issues come up.
there might be
So,
some
yeah,
sell
caution there with
pressure, so I'm gonna go
traders who
above
think
that.
first and thinking you're the king.
And after the
Give it some
crash in
space.
87,
Not that much space, but just above the trend line there.
you know, relatively successful.
Like I want it to clean up a little bit more. We have held below.
The market just closed down on them. The volatility was gone. The ranges were gone.
If I don't get triggered in here and it breaks out above it, then I'm gonna reevaluate.
So you had to. You had to.
You do have this wick off here, but it's just not getting that follow through back to the upside, which is interesting to me.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You know,
That's
Disregard.
how I went into intraday. I was a swing trader.
Looks like
from
that is going to push
2008
up.
to 2012. And then
This is why I don't mark it in,
the markets just dried up.
because I think a lot of
It was
this
amazing. Like you would hold one position in
ends up
Europe
happening where
for 2
well,
weeks,
if I marketed
and
in,
like
I would end
6
up
or 8 ticks, like easy picks.
negative right away.
And then
And I wanted to kind of
we had the European austerity
catch my short
and,
and use the
prices
momentum
going
to its
down
advantage to
right
start
around it.
moving in my
And suddenly
direction.
The ranges just dwindled, and I couldn't make money. I was like, sat in a
VWAP.
trade for 2 months. only
See if
to
it
make, like,
rejects
10
VWAP.
bucks. I was like, woo.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Right. I
And,
mean,
There's a wick off there,
and
so
then
I would
basically
prefer to be
decided
down
to
here.
go into prop to learn how to properly intraday trade.
That's where I want that.
And,
That'd be a better entry location.
It took me probably another couple of years before I really nailed prop trading, but yeah, it was like I didn't know where to go, and I was like, well, obviously your dollar is not moving, so now what? And it wasn't until I got to a prop firm where I learned about other products, like hey, you got ES and CL and GC and all these other things, and I obviously found myself as a crude oil trader, and it's like that until this day. But if the markets hadn't dried up on me, I would be thinking that I turned 2K into like 250,000 pounds, which back then was just under like $500,000 with the exchange rate.
So
And I was thinking I'm invincible. And then
need to see how it reacts
like,
back down again at the 20s
okay, this is interesting.
you get the S&P.
before I move my
Fine,
stop.
It's so
Yep.
bad.
You know,
Oh,
the
this
S&Ps
one I
there
didn't
was
put
a
on
period of
two.
time when 10 points.
I only
was
put
a
on
big
one.
range in the S&P.
Yeah.
I remember. Yes.
If you're always going for momentum, you're going to get killed.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, so guys, I'm getting an update that tilt is accurate. Mac and team. Thank you guys. It's all accurate. Last price now. Everything.
Those are awesome.
It was accurate before, but not with everything. But it wasn't off. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the full contract is 10 times the amount. The micro is 10 times less than, so it's 1/10 of a full contract.
Pretty flat.
Yeah, it's flat right. But it's
Yeah.
getting a little heavy on the buy side, still longs.
Tilty. That's going to end up being an industry term.
Yeah,
Trademark that shit.
get it tilty.
So speaking of trademark, I think we're getting Chicago, Chi-City locals. That team is going to be standard for us. Trades by Matt was on here yesterday, and I think like having a team, him getting a team, or having a team at Austin. I don't know what we name that. I think there's enough words. There's one word I said quite a bit yesterday, but I would. But
We don't want that one.
no, as a name of your team though. But I think that could be fun. His community, he could put a team of 5 together.
Chi-City locals.
Let's give it up for the Chi-City locals.
Yes.
Oh, I know it. I know. Yeah. Start with an L.
Yes.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, I got it.
Skip the 2 other ones and an A.
Buy an I, Pat.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy an A, Pat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they do it.
There it goes, running up.
Left. They do it wrong. Have you ever seen
That momentum is.
Sports?
It should. I can't catch a short where I wanted to be. Really kind of
Man,
chasing
white,
these.
man. Imagine that job,
Gonna
just
have to
walking left and right your whole life.
settle down.
For like 50 years.
Yeah.
50 years.
You got a nice delta there, so cumulative delta pushing up higher. That kind of shows me that this is gonna want to push up longer again.
Tendler today.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And shoulder tap with Mick.
That would have been a
coming
wick
up,
off bottom there. And
inside about an hour.
use that to catch the long.
And Jack and Bonnie
Instead, I
11:45
caught the short because I'm backwards today.
Yes, we will have top quiz 11:45 with Jack and Bonnie. And then Hope, make sure you got your questions in. I'm going to post the link. If you got questions for Hope today for group coaching, you need to send them to the email address. So I'm going to post it in just a second. And that's what we have for today. Great dates.
I've seen enough questions in the chat already today to fill up easily.
Yeah.
I knew they would come, Johnny.
Lots of chatter, lots of good, positive chatter.
Yeah, chat's been fire today.
I really don't have tons of
Yeah, we're working together.
ideas today.
Team,
It's pretty
top step traders that are
sideways right now at this point. You got this big wick off that seemed to be a short idea. Obviously, it sold back down, based out. We sold off. I tried that short, worked out okay. Then I kind of just chopped around a bit in this play here.
That's 77.68.
Right on that trend line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm kind of living at right now.
What am I begging for?
Well, let's see him shoot up to $90 right now,
Oh, that would be some good TV.
just for Deanna.
Yeah. Grind higher, maybe.
Not much going on for me. Aside from these losses that I keep
Questions for Jared
taking.
also. Well, you get through all the questions, by all means, we're taking them today.
Do we think that this is a long, or is it just more chop since it made this huge move up?
Are you short?
I'm
Let's see,
short,
this
48.
huge move up
Here, just
and into this zone here,
shoulder.
and we've just been sitting on, like grinding up here.
Slightly getting long.
We broke down below that bit of a grind up this morning, and now we're kind of just sitting at that
Volume node, that's high value.
that point there.
Taught by a guy. And
You know, my short ideas kind of work out, and then they
The best part
get
about it
blown
is
out
you
and then
can't
come
win
back down. This is why trading in a zone, in zones, and then allowing the price to be able to move around a bit, especially on the NASDAQ, is pretty important. I mean, you can catch the sniper entries and whatnot, but it's just, for NASDAQ especially, it's not conducive, right? Because you're going to get a lot of this movement until you get a breakdown, and then it's going to move again. So it's really kind of just, I'm trading too tight, too much,
There it is.
trying to get too precise with things. I do like these shorts still for the day, just because I think a lot of the inventory is overextended long. The market got, NASDAQ got all the way up to 16,050-ish this morning, and then with that and came back down. So I think there's room to move around a bit. We're kind of just hanging around that level that I tried to short earlier on this account. I didn't flatten that. That's good to
Did
know.
we lose anybody, Jack?
Well, we had someone just
Really just kind of
there's another person with 18. but
doing
they
not
had a,
much.
Higher total profit on the street.
Okay,
I think Blake B is still around, but I'll have to check on him.
okay. Jim Carlton, thank you, I probably did have the wrong link. If we could post the link, I don't have that link for Hope's questions.
Yeah, it's an email address.
Yeah, I guess I posted the wrong one.
Group coaching at topstep.com. Group coaching at topstep.com.
Okay.
Hey, can you guys also let me know what segments that you'd like to hear at the end of the day, or if you just like to have it be called, slow markets? Because
Always here.
or yeah, in the afternoon, what type of segment would you like to hear? It's pretty much it got overwhelming that you should extend bell to bell. That helps. Throw us some ideas in here.
NASDAQ tilt has flipped too long a bit, so it's just all about
That's kind of really during the
understanding who's in, who's out, where they're going, where they want to take it, and that's kind of what I'm
hour of
looking
the
at.
day. Could be I got power hour in here. Thanks, Ryan. but
Not
it's
trading
just
well
the
at
same
all.
stuff we're talking about here is what I'm
over
thinking.
the
Maybe
last
we weave in different folks throughout the day that are
week.
good.
You know, I built up a buffer on my funded account, and then I took 2 pretty decent losing days. Today, just kind of paper cut myself out. You know, I was up on a trade and didn't trail it out, or didn't leave the stop. I mean, where I wanted it to be.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
You know, that original risk went down, cleaned up exactly kind of how I thought it was going to go. But if you don't let the trade play out, you're not going to be able to win.
Trading. I don't know if they've, you know, because we went kind of quiet and not having a broadcast or anything like that for years. I got bad advice and shutting that down. But I'm transparent. And if you're listening, you know who you are. Because I guarantee you're not listening if you didn't want to do it. You know.
The delta's still not there, so the short's probably still in play, but we're above VWAP. We're kind of just playing with VWAP here. Let's see if it does make a choice on which direction it wants to head the rest of the day. S&Ps are back above that point, so possibly this could push up again. It depends on what the S&P decides it wants to do.
And there's others. I know. I'm sorry if I missed you. It's been a while.
You learn a lot of them. It would be amazing if you remembered them all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got short 48s down there, but I covered 41. So that's an 8 handle, just on a 1 lot, and the other one I put up here. I'm gonna move it down.
There it goes.
For like 8 handles. So this is actually trading for scratch, because I took 9 handles on that one, and then have a stop 9 handles. So I was actually looking for a 2.
Looking to maybe see where this goes after it. If it holds here, really what you're looking to see if the S&Ps can hold above this 45, 35 ish level. So if it can, then that possibly goes up to the top, and the NQ will consider following, I think. We've broken that back above with that 30-minute candle, but we're kind of just still sitting right on it.
Trade is still valid, and then the next orientation point would be around the value low, but really I'm looking at the settlement and POC from yesterday, which is 78.21. That would be my target.
Strong push there.
You need a little help, please contact Wendy. Top
Down
step
485 on the day on this
and,
one.
Indicate that you need somebody to give you a buzz and help you get that platform set up.
Just so everybody knows, Wendy is a very, very, very smart bot that we use. And you're like, I don't want to talk to a bot. First, give it a shot. Give it a shot, because we're using ChatGPT, blah blah blah, 1 2 3, for every question we've ever been asked at Top Step, every reply we've ever sent, everything on the help center, everything on the internet, all that kind of stuff. They'll take all that.
This is a pretty important spot
will spit
here.
It back to you. And if you think
If it doesn't, if it fails again, could this be the short
which
spot?
Is all of our support team.
Right, because this is trying to get above value, trying to get above value, not doing it, failing. S&Ps are pushing, but if it holds above, then they could run.
Try to hit that home run and get to 300. Right now is when you're walking on eggshells.
This is, like you can see that.
You're there.
So this zone I drew up magically yesterday at some point from previous structure levels. The price eventually got to it, ticked it, where I thought it was going to be a target for the day at 914, 922 level, and then now it's acting as some resistance. So these levels don't just come out of nowhere. They're working.
I remember him filling.
Seeing this reaction down here shows me that there are buyers here that think that that's a valid level to work off of. So, I should have seen that if I would have been paying attention a little bit better instead of trying to short it and get it down through. I mean, everything's been buying. So we're gonna work on that.
Bartenders at Chuck's in Lake Geneva.
It's gonna push probably back up to 16,000 at this point. I don't have a better entry point. We have now pushed above here. This candle will close in 10 seconds. If it holds, then you gotta kind of watch to see what happens
Didn't have, and he was
around here.
president of the CME. Same thing.
That level there, 972.
Boxer, wrestler. He had a good story behind him. A lot of stress.
And then you got this volume node here at 986. You got the high end of VWAP,
Get a chance, Jack Sanders.
Yeah.
990.
I really like him.
The retiring Costco CEO started out driving a forklift.
No kidding.
There you guys go.
Yeah.
I think
Ah, damn. There is that
Paul Tudor
long.
Jones started out not knowing what a bidder offer was. You know, come on. I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah.
You know how long it took me to realize you can't buy a bid and you can't sell an offer?
Yep.
When I first got, it took me forever to wrap my head around that.
So you got that wick there.
Took me a long time to wrap my head around being short.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I said something, but I don't know.
I need to see how this candle now closes.
The guy that
Right?
invented the Cheeto Flavor.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Saw that movie on Netflix.
Okay, it's pushing back down to the top of it. Give me some sort of
Alright,
new rejection point on it because people are starting to get long there. So that's where you think, hey, okay, people are gonna start to try and take it long.
You didn't see that?
It seems very rangy today.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe
he's the
it'll
one that invented
fail again.
hot. Had an idea to put some hot spices on Cheetos.
However, if we do end up sitting inside of it, and we get another breakout, then you probably can get that rip
I'd be like sweeping up the floor, tossing in the dustbin.
with a decent stop. Whoa.
You gotta start somewhere, right?
You gotta
You have
start
to see what
somewhere.
happens now.
Special
With the
sauce is
candle
here.
How many people saw
Close.
that movie Flamin' Hot? All right, it's a good. It's a feel good movie.
16,000 is probably in play.
so I'm down 750, it didn't work.
Right.
But this quick short could work too.
Well, I got back short. I should say I got out. Well, after I got stopped out.
Delta.
Look at that spike in crude oil.
Yeah.
This is the split volume between the two
You're
the
talking
two
about that.
contracts. Yeah.
The long at 45.20 would have been beautiful too off of, on the S&Ps.
I hate the rollover. Seriously,
That's where it's at.
Usually it happens like in the last week, like maybe a few days. This one really started halfway through the road, through the contract month. It's like, wait in. That's it. I'm gonna sit on my hands. So
Yeah.
Andre, what are you seeing
I
today?
got nothing, man. I got nothing. It's just flailing around here. We're just waiting for something to show up.
Can we do a
keep
poll?
drifting higher?
Can we do a poll? Who's up money today?
I'm gonna shift my attention to something else because
Yeah, it's,
crude oil is
that area is such
So
a.
I might pop a position on it.
This could be a long-
Not just yet.
Long.
Setup.
Yeah.
Retest, break in, come back out, break the inside candle to the downside.
I've been trying to look for the right pullback and
I know.
haven't seen it yet.
See, sometimes there are no pullbacks. You just have to like go in.
Close your eyes and buy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the long above
It
there.
depends on the type of the trade, you know.
Actually, I'm gonna take the
Sometimes
long.
there's patience and all of that, but some days if it's gonna go and
Yeah.
you can see the reversal
take
happening,
it.
it's just, you know, I'm seeing like ES on a 15-minute chart. It's just like all shooting up, you know. There's no pullbacks.
We got a lot of people saying no trades, no positions.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. That's trading, right? Right, Andre?
Mhm.
No
Yeah, it is
trading.
trading. What do you say?
Yeah.
Watch the paint dry.
Watch and pay dry. It's also why we have.
Top TV and hang out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
We need one of Matt's moon coins.
Matt Mint Mountain Rock says he's done for the day. Who was up there said they just passed the 50K after struggling for a bit. Awesome. Dave's up.
I'm gonna
Barrett's
take
up.
this right here.
Dave's here.
No, normally I say don't mark it in, but stop that
Squeeze it
down
in,
here
squeeze it in.
at the low.
Here comes
Give
the
it
drift.
space.
Anybody that wants to know what a drift is, where the market just drifts higher.
16,000.
hard to get in on longs, and shorts start picking.
Is a good target.
That feeds, Johnny talked about it yesterday, that feeds the, let me get out.
If we can crack above that 972 again, then I'm in a little early on it.
And then it becomes
Then I can use that
slow
as my
creep
stop.
higher. In other words,
But at the
drift,
moment,
drift.
probably just kind of
Brian Overcash was back for 15 now.
waiting.
All right, it's a good comeback.
It was more of an early entry above this false break of this inside
What do
candle.
you call it, Jay?
It's a song.
Jeez, Eddie.
NWA.
Yeah, been here for years. Oh, call it a comeback.
I am sorry, man.
All good.
Yeah,
We were
I used to listen to-
rapping with Snoop Dogg earlier today.
Yeah, we were.
You know, I was talking to Young Thug earlier last night, and I said, hey, I'd like to share some of our conversation with
The S&Ps are still pushing, so
and,
I think the Nasdaq has to follow at some point here.
You cracked me up, Eddie.
My bad.
If it doesn't, if the Nasdaq rolls, then the S&P might follow through, and it might be the leader. This is the wrong spot.
TV people are sharing with everybody.
This is where I want this.
That was a good
I'm gonna
conversation.
add a second
That
there.
was part of it. I gotta make a delivery a little later. So we didn't have that recorded. Got some good push for the man.
All right, out,
All
flat.
right, now we're sitting up here.
Starting to see some longs growing here in ES.
Starting to see a bit. Yeah, you're right.
That'll be even more negative now.
On fire last few weeks.
Then, Johnny?
Some of these executions now, I feel like
That's saying that
these ones that I'm doing are a bit forced, just because at this point they're just
Perkins, patience. I think that's what we really
looking to kind of make up for some of the other stuff. Not really a FOMO, but
I agree.
patience.
things are just not working
How come right when I get out
properly.
of position, I think
I'm in a broken state, so we're gonna need to refix, resettle,
weak hands.
rezone back
And
in.
they're like, like I can't get in when it's the right timing, and then I get into position, and then I get shooken out of it. So this is what I'm dealing with. I think I've been dealing with it for quite a few weeks. I gotta overcome this. I need you guys' help.
Very interesting how that played out.
It's an intervention for me right now. I put on. You guys should have done a while ago.
Because I was considering that as a short spot as well, right? This is a decision point here, 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 here. But now we're also at another decision point here. So is that the right spot? Which is the right decision point?
It can provide you with like some more solid clues, I suppose, rather than just you trying to recall every single trade that you've done. I always find it easier. I mean, I've got photographic memory, but even I don't.
Which is the right
try to
one?
memorize every single trade that I had. And when it's displayed really well in a trade, the journaling platform, you can just pick out stuff that you wouldn't normally see as a pattern.
Yeah, I got a lot of people in here that probably have been tuning in doing this saying patience, longer time frames, patience. Yeah, I agree. That's one thing I
There's
struggle
a
with.
volume node here at
Let's do this real
960.
quick. What is, out of all of you guys, what is the one thing that you struggle with the greatest in your trade?
Overtrading sometimes.
Michael, what? What?
No, I'm trying to get your attention.
Let's see.
If you have a couple of shots of whiskey, it'll probably loosen you up on your weak hands.
Let me see. I'm gonna dig down in here. I got some mouthwash.
High or
Does that
low?
work?
Higher high. Starting to push back into an uptrend, in an uptrend, in a market that wants to just do nothing but go higher.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Trading
I-
slippery slope.
It's
Yeah, while we're doing this, we got a bunch of people in
I have
saying the same thing.
been
guys,
just
what's
flip-flopping
our
too
greatest
much.
weakness? I guess just your greatest weakness.
S&P's just opened their new candle on the 5.
FX wants me to mention that the
I think that
8:30
that's a
driver
reasonable.
to fill an opening gap from
I think everything is just going to continue to be pushing higher. It's 10 o'clock. Trend may just keep continuing.
You've seen thousands of traders. I'm gonna read off some of these. Do they sound like any of the folks that you've talked to? I mean, you've talked to thousands. Over trading, patience, how to scale up, cutting losses short, pulling your stop limit, entries and over trading, not holding winners, greed, patience, cutting losers, overtrading. There's repeats, holding winners. Oh yeah, that's your weakness, holding winners. Yep. Okay, revenge.
Do I hear them? I hear them on the ball.
Yep. I guarantee you collect all these together and they go to a few themes. Patience. People don't have patience. People go on their own tilt, revenge trading.
Been there.
Can't hold winners. Been there.
Alrighty.
That's everything's overtraded.
The usual suspects.
Usual suspect.
There it is.
Sitting on
I'm
that
just gonna plow in
line there.
So bad.
There we go.
Holding above the 8 to 21 VWAP bullish. 16,000 is in sight today.
Tilt is getting tilty on the S&P to the long side. That's what I'm seeing. Average price 31s. So the longs are in the money. Pretty, 5 handles.
Yeah.
62% up money today, 37 down.
Thank you, Eddie. Awesome.
816.
There's that wiki looking candle.
Participating. Speaking of
Potentially could push us.
we got 2,454.
Showing that there's some buyers up there, but also if it rejects there, then it's going to continue to roll over because that's a pretty good sign of
If you can, it
negative
helps us.
behavior.
Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Kick it, punch it. Make it your friend. The lucky light, as Hogue says, like button. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. We're looking for our number at 50K. We put up from yesterday, I'm going to say a couple thousand maybe. I think we were 41.8
That's
yesterday.
pretty good.
42.1 right now.
Never came back down there.
Get it in there.
960
let's
still the point.
Remember, hey, if you're if you're here for the education, cool. Hopefully that you are in one of our
Can we push?
trading combines.
Nope.
And
It's gonna roll over now.
So you're doing China combine.
That wiki candle there tells me a little bit of something.
there you go.
How late were you up last night?
You're crushing it, Steph.
Get yourself a combine and be part of Top Step. Yes. Yeah, mooch.
Hey, Hoop, let us know what you think. You've been trading for quite a while on that Top Step X. Glad you're on it now. And there we have some people asking, hey, where do I leave feedback? You should be able to have a direct contact or some click it inside your platform and you can talk to somebody, something like that. And if I'm saying it wrong, somebody in chat at Top Step fill it in.
Yes. We need feedback. That's why you're doing it. So have at it.
Eddie, can I go one more ask on a feedback to the community? You guys said you wanted a full show all day. We just said we need or we want more likes. We have 2,400 watching. There's a hell of a lot more traders out there that we want to help slow down, put the patience on, make sure it's not overtrading, all that kind of stuff. If you guys toss it in here, whatever as you go, what would make you? What ideas do you have? Do you think people would come over and choose Top Step? Yeah, to choose Top Step TV as their go-to for CNBC's right here, Bloomberg's on. Look, I've been watching that shit for years. So we're trying to make the show better, and then you guys are going to help us make it better. But what would get your
When you diddle in the middle, you get
what would get
blown up.
more traders, do you think, tuning in?
We want to pack the house. I mean, that was a goal that we have. So share those suggestions, comments. What do we need to do?
So Andre, since we said it was heavy, it's sold off about
A little.
I don't know 15 handles.
NASDAQ, yeah. NASDAQ, sorry.
You know who's been really hustling today is Danielle. And
Yes, yeah. Danielle.
Danielle, you are doing a great job here in chat. D-Time also jumping in chat a little earlier. Those are a lot of people that are behind the curtain making this machine run smooth.
Yeah, don't forget
Leave
about
that one in there, see how that
Don't
works.
forget about the rest. I mean,
This
Jack,
one
James,
is the account here, so we can take that.
Robert.
Tilty,
Guys all do
60%.
such a great job at this. It's just
You want to go back even further, Johnny, to the other people? Our entire
Long as 60%. Potentially, that means that's going to
We
be
didn't have them this
a
chat,
short.
we wouldn't
Whenever
be
our
trading
majority is long, then the short comes in.
time.
We have broken
I
down
can't
below
log
that.
into my screen
right,
time.
Again,
right. We do have the best support team in the world for any company doing anything.
Yeah,
I agree.
people will be like,
The thing is, our traders don't see how hard they work.
Important.
You know, and it is.
We're gonna turn this into a
I sit back and
zone.
go, damn. Half an hour break here before my next segment, and you know they are just pedal to the metal.
This is a zone.
and you know what's cool about it? They share your feedback as traders, because they also swear to God, they're like, we know traders work their ass off. We know
Yeah.
traders go through all
That
these
short,
things that you
it was
guys
there,
show
I
your
mean,
emotions. They'll shoot them an email,
just not
and flood them,
quite.
which is fair. Which is almost like a
Better to do what
just
you're
get it
doing
off
than
the
what
chest.
I have been doing.
They'll hear it, they'll listen to it. We've heard good stories, we've
Just,
heard bad stories.
I need to
We're always
rezone back
here
in
to reply
and
with,
not worry
"Here's
about
a link. Maybe this is a video we
clawing
did."
out of
Now
any
they're,
sort
like,
of
taking
drawdowns
our
and stuff, and if
Discord
shit happens, and then reset myself.
We're all working here. Team
Kind of
trade.
really figure out what I'm doing as far as this
I'm grabbing a beer right now.
these trades.
Going for donuts. We could get some donuts here.
Not these trades. It's not me. I mean, it's not the trades.
Yeah.
It's
and
my
this is it for me. I'm done.
choices on which ones I'm executing on, which ones I'm not.
Andre, the guy had me up there.
Yeah.
Got had you up there. There's a minute.
That was not important. This is now a zone.
See, when you have a day like this,
This is also a zone up here.
there are some people I know that once they get hit a couple of times, then they go on this complete revenge trading. It's like, oh, we'll get it back. You're not going to get it back today. Okay?
Not today.
So just stop, and that's what's going to save you in the long run.
Absolutely.
So all of us here, you know, yes, sure, Michael sometimes goes and
Tradertainment, Deanna.
entertainment, yeah, exactly. And and that's actually really good to see, because it's like, yeah,
What was
it
that?
happens to
43,
everybody, but
43.
at some point you just have to turn around and just go,
That one's done.
I don't think it's obvious. You know, you try an obvious trade that should happen, and it doesn't happen. There's two reasons why that might be. One, it's either you not reading the market, and my crude oil trade, I did say that I need more information. What did I do? I jumped into a breakout trade. So obviously that was my fault.
There's the
I
long
said everything was
off
good
that
then.
937.
Yes, I
It
think
was a very
it's still
strong
good.
push there.
I
That
was just
broke right through that level of the VWAP. So there's a chance that this might reintroduce itself. Higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. If this gets another higher high, then that's when you can possibly push back up into that next zone.
Go do some painting.
There you go.
And then come back and just basically start afresh tomorrow.
I'm proud of you, D.
Yeah,
Proud.
Yeah, I don't really have much going on. My
Deanna, you ever do those pour paintings?
The what?
Pour paintings?
What are those? I'm just talking about painting walls. I don't have
Oh, okay, never mind.
I paint
You're in a whole living room I gotta finish.
a mural, yes. No, so I just paint walls and stuff. I do deal. I when it comes to actual drawing and painting, I just draw stick figures. It's really terrible. Like a
That's what I'm doing this
3-year-old.
weekend, D. I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
I'm painting the dining room and the
Nice.
hallway.
I like
I'm
that.
with you.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's you gotta have, like Jared calls it, a design distraction. It's like such a good name for it.
Yep.
So when the day is not going well, you do need something to take you away from the charts, and I don't think that ever ends, because we all love what we do. Like, you know, one of the reasons why we're all here is because we love to trade. But at some point, you do need to say,
after today, possibly
now I'm gonna go.
tomorrow I'll stream again, and then Friday do nothing.
The secret of patience is doing something else.
Just
that's
not
sitting there
totally
I'm
focused this week, I guess.
Hey, Brooksy, good to see you.
Stuff just not playing out the way I think it's gonna play out, or if it does play out the way I think it's gonna play out, then I'm just a little early or a little late on it.
Okay, what would you like to see? You guys have said you'd like to see more quick fire questions.
Some of these trades that just took were forced, but a lot of the other ones they're proper entries.
I mean, it's true.
Maybe a little tight on the risk, too quick on trailing the stop. Just little mistakes that kind of draw you down. You know, never really get too crazy. It just, especially with these streams, I've been doing good with that.
This show's pretty advanced. They need tips.
I just need to catch a nice string of winners to make up for the paper cuts.
This question right here, I'm gonna have to. Well, some of these is like, it is like a Where's Waldo. Like, this is it. This is here. You've got to look for it. You got to hear it. Like, tips and techniques is what you ask for in psychology. We try to bring those tip of the day. We try to talk about levels and all that. And then we try to Barney style it and bring it down the best we can. Great feedback.
Looking for that higher high on this. So if you get that higher high, you know that it's kind of trending up, right? This is where we did it before, right? We entered, we got stopped. We entered, we got stopped. This is another decision point. It needs to kind of get into the zone and then see if it's going to push above it and hold, or if it's going to fail and retest the low again. We're not going to know that for a bit.
Do consider what sort of backgrounds we're all coming from. We've all been doing this, like
974, 972, 974. That's that zone to where it needs to make a choice.
And yes, we do some things for entertainment, right?
Sitting right at the top of that opening range, right? It has been a very inside day today. After that spike yesterday, spike pre-market today, then the rollover. There hasn't been follow through in either direction. This is the opening range. Popped right above it, sold off, came into it, sold off, popped above it, sold off. They're basically at open price.
You build a camaraderie. Like we have a camaraderie here, with camaraderie with our community.
We did clean up the bottom part. It's kind of what the thought was. If it cleans up yesterday's highs, I mean, this is excess up here. I feel like it might get left there for a while if this fails again.
And others, and others that we bring in.
Others, yeah. I mean, and you know, there's power players, there's coaching, group coaching, there's all of that stuff that's all part of the call.
Hey, what do they say in trading? You get what you put into it.
972, 974. Let's see if we can get this. This is actually a pretty big point too, because that's a 30-minute trend line
have you talked to on group coaching or not one-on-one coaching
that I had this morning
I used to hear him
from that opening of that candle.
Like how you work with trading. I don't even know if he's on here right now.
This is an important point. This is an important point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that means ever. This stupid thing always makes noise on me. I don't know what it means. Oh, I clicked the wrong button.
Okay. Hey, you know what? We've got Jack is just waiting. We got some more news to share.
Just stopped out. Just stopped out. Just do nothing on there. Cancel this. Push this up. There we go.
Clown or something? I got the
Certainly got it.
So speaking of like if we really weren't taking things seriously, Wall Street Bets crowd seems to be picking up a little bit as the markets are approaching all-time highs.
There we go
Saw
again.
this yesterday. The green candles out for Julius Caesar.
24, 23 seconds to hold this. It's not a 30-minute close. It's a 1-minute close, but it's a 30-minute level. So I'm not trying to
Keep an eye on what those folks are doing.
push below it too much again.
Retail.
Well,
Yes.
a certain type.
A certain type of retail.
Another short idea that
Individuals
that level up there,
agree with this
985.
Michael Burry
95,
closed out
probably reasonable if you can get up there.
in the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. But guess what? He's back at it. He is shorting semiconductors hard now. So
Man, this guy's still
Picking
living off that
tops.
big short. This guy's still living off that big short bet.
yeah, he's
I
really
mean,
predicted.
He's milked the hell out of that thing, huh?
the last
Well,
two sessions.
It was a face-off or rip your face off rally yesterday. Maybe that was him getting struck. Hey, John, there I go. I said this to you yesterday. Couldn't that be Barry? Couldn't that be these type of traders that were holding positions and then they closed out their shorts, which means you have cover. If you're covering, you're driving exactly what we said, drifting higher. There wasn't a drift yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much. Paper cuts are just
What do you think?
get stopped out, get break even, get stopped out, get break even, and not just doing what my major, you know, like I said, I like the 1 minute. I don't care about like the noise of it. I sometimes get sucked into it, but I'm using 30-minute daily and hourly like levels, so that's really where I get my stuff from. So when I get paper cutted, it means I'm just taking a lot, like a loss, but not like huge losses. Like I'm not taking oversized, outsized losses. I'm risking, let's say, 150 bucks. I'm taking 150 loss, 150, 150, just lost, and then that draws you down pretty kind of quick.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get into, okay, I don't want to lose, so then you're break even, and then instead of letting it go a little bit further down to where you're expecting it, you're stopped out quick, and then you get a break even, then you get another loss. So your winners are never going to take over your losses, and that's what paper cuts are, in my eyes.
Wow.
Really? We're right next to jet fuel.
Come on.
We're
Wow.
Apple.
never made a higher high there. If this makes another low,
Monster, huh?
then we are likely to continue to the low side.
Young generation, it's monster logo on everything.
Tiger Woods.
And tattoos in Nebraska.
Probably gonna go eat in a little bit.
Drink 2 of those
Reset my mind.
monsters every day, and I think he eventually, excellent trader. but
He eventually
exploded.
Did he catch up to him?
It blew up.
Man, that's incredible. Andre, what was the whole thing where you guys had the Red Bull contest or something?
Yeah, back it was a different time, but yes,
The haze.
This is just sitting
$1,000
and
to see if they can drink 8
open.
Red Bulls in an hour. And
Up
Bengali did
0.43 only because we gapped up.
for a second.
Legit just sitting on view app.
Oh my
I'm sure traders have done much worse
I
than
prefer
just the
that.
Red Bull.
Yes, they have. But this is the box one. Yeah.
Well, the opposite side.
It was,
It's,
They did that with cheeseburger.
contests on the trading.
Yeah, cheeseburger. McDonald's, Eddie, right?
The Big Mac, we had like about 50 people at the local McDonald's for somebody to I don't know how many. But sadly enough, the kid didn't make it and sort of upset all of us right in front of us. So
Hold on, you gotta say, explain what didn't make it mean.
his last words were, "I'm full." and then we all split like we broke somebody's window. Before it hit the ground, people were running out the door.
Remember the McDonald's below the board of trade? It'd be like, you'd go down there and be like, I'd take 100 cheeseburgers, and just like eyes would light up.
What? Yeah, there was some crazy stuff.
And they do it. There you go. Back to, they do it during dead hours, guys. They do it during the market's open, and that you don't think those guys took it serious? They'll be like, hey, markets suck right now. They tell Johnny that if he wants to make $1,500 bucks, he's got to eat 1,000, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eat a locust. I remember that.
Never.
Castles were popular.
Even the guys at the Deutsche Bank desk used to do stuff, crazy stuff. I'd call them up and say, "How you guys doing? Just want to go over and check our trades today," and be like, "Let me call you back, man."
Yeah, I'm gonna
John's
shut it down as well.
We're seeing if you could do 100 push-ups in 20 minutes, or something like that. They would do crazy. Everybody would.
Right?
Yeah,
It was fun.
my friend Matt Hoyt was talking about. So they paid somebody $2,500 to jump off the bridge into the river.
They did.
We all watched it from the Merc Club.